Hi, my name is Darren, and I work in the National Forest Imagery Programme here at Forest Research in Edinburgh. I'm just going to talk about the context of the NFI and Wales in the UK. So I'm going to speak about the relevance of biomass mapping to the UK and the role of forest research, some of the challenges associated with this, how we do biomass assessment in the NFI, and then the link from the NFI to the Living Whales and the ESA CCI projects, and then how we're also involved in the CS plots, and then user requirements for biomass for the UK. So the relevance of biomass mapping to the UK, I mean, as Martin mentioned previously, possible uses then are greenhouse gas emissions inventory. We do emissions inventory modelling, carbon stocks, and then we validate against the NFI and then research data on stands. Second possible use then is to develop approaches to measure forest reference levels cost effectively, and this allows them to reduce pressure on forests. And then the third possible use then is to provide a measure of carbon stock and carbon stock change, and then try to determine how sustainable the forest stock is. So the challenges associated with this are inventories that reflect land use and not land cover. We want inventories to provide a consistent time series from 1990 to the present. Inventories need data to meet the country's forest definition, and this forest definition can differ between countries and affects the spatial resolution of the EO products. As Heather mentioned yesterday, we've different EO products that represent for biomass, so this can also make it more difficult when presenting different values. Another challenge then is to measure below ground carbon and the soil impacts of management, and then the final point then is our uncertainty estimates, which can be difficult to understand. So how we do biomass estimates or assessments in the NFI, I'll just tell you a little bit about the NFI. We have 15,000 sample squares, so they're 1 hectare plots randomly selected around Great Britain, so England, Scotland and Wales, and 2/3 of those are permanent, and they're randomly selected, and they're surveyed on a five-year cycle. So every 5 years we measure between 10,000 and 15,000 plots. So we have an NFI woodland map which gets updated on an annual basis. So any clear fells are subtracted from it, and new woodland creation gets added to it. And then every 5 years, a set of squares are selected from this woodland map, and then they're surveyed by surveyors out in the field. And we don't create spatial maps of above ground biomass. We calculate the biomass from individual plots within these squares, and then we scale up to regional and a country level. So the NFI are working we're doing some work for the Living Whales project, which is constructing national maps of land cover from environmental descriptors retrieved from Sentinel-1 and Sentinel-2 and some Landsat sensor data. You can see in the right, this is one of the outputs from Living Whales, which can show things like canopy cover, above ground biomass from the CCI biomass project, leaf type and phenology. And then all environmental descriptors have defined units, which means then that changes can be quantified based on evidence, and it allows us to look for change in the landscape over time. So these are canopy cover maps for multiple years within Wales, and these are generated from the environmental descriptors I mentioned on the previous slide from Earth observation data. This also includes above ground biomass from ESA. Then these are plots of the ESA CCI biomass maps from 2010, 2017 and 2018, and we can use the differences between the years to determine areas of clear cuts or clear fell over time. And then this is just zooming in on an area of Wales where, by using this change in these environmental descriptors over time, like biomass and canopy cover, we're able to determine changes in the woodland, such as clear cuts over time. And we're also involved in the NASA Earth Data project. So we've been involved in helping to validate the CCI data for Wales using the inventory plot data. So we've been using this tool, which is part of the NASA ESA map platform, called Plot to Map. So we have about just over 1,700 NFI plots within Wales, and you can see on the map of Wales here, all these different dots represent NFI plots within Wales. And then I'm just near the end now. So we're also contributing to the CEOS network. So 2 of the NFI plots have been converted to CEOS plots by changing the protocol in what trees are measured. So this contributes to the global pool and can help inform the development of global biomass retrieval algorithms. And then the user requirements for biomass, since the NFI doesn't produce spatial maps of biomass, more we scale from sample square up to regional and country level, then wall-to-wall maps of above ground biomass would be is desirable, and potentially at 1 hectare or so spatial resolution. We normally produce maps, estimates of above ground biomass on a 5-year scale, the same time scale as the inventory, and annual maps of above ground biomass would change with attribution. So what's causing these changes in biomass? So is it clear fell, wind blow, or removal following disease? And then the NFI, then we're interested in contributing to the global efforts towards generation and validation of these AGV products, and scaling the 100-meter maps down to 10 meters using land cover would be useful as well. And that's it. Thanks very much.